Have you ever read or watched something so good that it actually changed your life, or even how you see the whole world? That's what happened to me the first time I saw the Dune movies. I'm kidding. I mean, after reading 20 books, Dune does kind of occupy a permanent channel in my brain. But that's nothing compared to the impact the Book of Luke has had on my life. Luke, who goes by one name like Adele, was probably a doctor living during the height of the Roman Empire. At some point, Luke started hearing stories about a guy named Jesus from some backwater village no one had ever heard of. You could think of Galilee, where Jesus spent most of his time, as the Arkansas of the Roman Empire. It didn't get a lot of respect. Most people would struggle to find it on a map. The whole village of Capernaum, where Jesus' headquarters were located, was so small you could blink and miss it. Nobody, literally nobody, was expecting big news out of there. And yet, wild, incredible stuff seemed to happen around this guy, to the point that people were upending their whole lives over him, leaving their jobs, their homes, their families, even their countries to be a part of the movement he began. Luke decides to put his education to use and start a research project to get the facts straight. He talks to eyewitnesses and he tracks down details. He goes on the road with Jesus followers who are taking his story all over the world. Eventually, he put what he learned on paper. And for 2,000 years now, people have been reading this account and having their lives turned upside down by it. I am one of those people. If we don't know each other yet, I'm Megan Larissa Good. I write and teach about the Bible. I've worked for many years as a pastor and professor, and I do have a few degrees to demonstrate that I've read some books that aren't called Dune. But more than any of that, I'm really just passionate about Jesus. I want to know more of him and look more like him and see more of him in the world. So that's why I'm here, and I'm glad that you're here with me. When I first encountered these stories of Jesus and Luke, I didn't expect them to change my whole life. I was just going through a dark time and trying to get out of my own head a little. I was looking for a bit of meaning to the world, or maybe just a reason to get out of bed in the morning. But then I started reading, and something happened. I remember thinking it felt like I had been walking through this dark tunnel, and all of a sudden the lights came on in the world. It felt something like falling in love. Just like Luke, I suddenly couldn't stop thinking and talking about this Jesus. And that was only the start. The more I read, the more my life got upended. These stories started bringing me into relationships with people who sleep on dirt floors and with people with violent criminal records. They caused me to move thousands of miles alone and leave my furniture behind. They changed my dreams and things like which car I drive, which sounds weird, but trust me on this, I'm serious. They've changed my mind and they've changed my politics multiple times and in different directions. They've healed parts of me that I thought would be broken forever. And they've also cost me things that I didn't want to lose. It's a dangerous thing to read the stories of Jesus because you never know in advance where they'll take you. Take it from me, these stories have a way of messing up your life. But I can also tell you from personal experience, you'll never have an encounter with Jesus that won't leave you freer and more alive. So here's my invitation. This year, I'm going to be making my way through Luke's account of Jesus. And I would love to have you join me. If this is your first time ever reading the stories of Jesus, that's great. We're going to start where you start, at the very beginning. 3 days a week, we'll all read a part of Luke's story, and then I'll share a few thoughts about where the story's taking me. There will also be a link to a message board where you can share your own thoughts and questions as you read along. From time to time, I'll try to take on some of those questions directly. If you're a person who's heard these stories before, that's great too. I've read Luke's book dozens of times now, and Jesus never stops challenging me and changing my mind and healing things I didn't know were broken. Just come in expecting to be surprised. I'm excited to get started, so let's do this. We'll start today with the very short introduction to Luke, Luke chapter 1, verses 1 to 4. If you're reading along in a Bible or on a free Bible app, you can find the book of Luke about 3/4 of the way through the Bible. Luke 1, 1 to 4. Many people have set out to write accounts about the events that have been fulfilled among us. They used the eyewitness reports circulating among us from the early disciples. Having carefully investigated everything from the beginning, I also have decided to write a careful account for you, most honorable Theophilus, so that you can be certain of the truth of everything you were taught. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me and with Luke, and I'll see you next time.